So it looks like the summer heat has just completely taken out our dishwasher. I mean, the dishwasher ain't working no more, and I'm getting a lot of complaints from it now. So hopefully in this video, I'm going to be able to teach y'all how to save hundreds of dollars by fixing instead of replacing your dishwasher when it's not working. Step one, most of these dishwashers are going to come with a diagnostics mode. So you can just simply ask your dishwasher why it's not working. Why are you not working? Oh, the dishwasher really didn't like that one, and it took out my green LED. All jokes aside, step one is actually to do a little bit of planning and prepping.
Hey guys, Chris Fix here, and today I'm going to show you how to replace...
Alright guys, all jokes aside, this dishwasher actually does have a diagnostics mode, and it's quite simple. All you have to do is, while you still have power to the dishwasher, press 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Everything's going to light up, and then you can press start, and it's going to start running a diagnostics mode. Now on the clean, you want to see how many times it flashes. It just flashed 4 times. Then it looks like it just flashed 3 times. That's an F4E3 failure from what I researched on these Whirlpool dishwashers. That means the wash pump itself is having an error. When it runs that mode, it will still run an entire cycle, but that wash pump is not actually pumping. Looks like we're gonna have to pull the dishwasher out. All right, while this drains completely, let's take a look underneath the sink. See this line that's running over to the dishwasher? That's the guy that's feeding it water. Let's turn it righty-tighty to close it. And then we shouldn't have any water being able to come that way. Always gonna make sure to turn your breaker off. So here we go, number 9, dishwasher, right up here. Now never forget your job savers. Your dishwasher itself, it started having an issue because it would again fill up with water and then it would just kind of get real hot. It just doesn't seem like that pump's actually working to either spray the dishes or to even drain the water out of it. It does drain slowly. With the water being turned off and the power being turned off, we can go ahead and try to pull this guy out of the bottom. I think, take this off for you guys. Yeah, we got a couple screws down here that we're gonna have to turn to pull off this little sheathing, and then that gives us access to the stuff that we need to remove to pull the dishwasher out. Make you a flathead. You just got to do about a quarter turn on these guys. Down here you can see this is the water. So that's the water coming into the dishwasher. So we're going to have to remove this from the fitting. And right here we need to open up this box. And this is going to expose our cables so we can disconnect our cables. We'll be able to remove this by hand. If not, just get yourself a pair of channel locks like you see here, and then put it on there, and you'll get that little extra leverage you need to remove the fitting. And then right here for the electrical side, it looks like we have a 1/4 inch screw head right there. So go ahead and put you a 1/4 inch drive on it. And now you can see all of our cables here. Both of those removed, we ought to be able to. If there's not, sometimes there's a couple screws up to the top. Don't look like ours actually have that. All right, annoyingly, there's these little tabs up here, and all I had to do to get it out is pull, or really kind of fold this tab up with a flathead. I think it's able to slide out. All right, let's go ahead and pull the dishwasher out of the cabinet. Holy smokes, how long do you think this bush light's been in here? Think it's still good? That's been in here this whole time? Crazy. Even though no one may never see it, do your best. Believe it that I'd find a bush light in there, but heck, cheers, brothers. Alrighty guys, this guy right here is the wash pump, and that's what I'm pretty positive is messed up. So we're replacing this guy out of the dishwasher. It also leaks every now and again, so hopefully it comes with a new gasket, the one I ordered, but it looks pretty simple to remove this guy. Be hard to tell, but there was a little prong on the bottom that I had to pull down on. It looks like this guy can come right off now. Hopefully this guy's wrong or broken for sure, because we want to try to break this. Want to be able to break this little clamp off of this guy. Just take you some small pliers and twist the heck out of it. It's like small aluminum, I want to say, so it'll break free pretty quick. We're clipped on back here, annoyingly clipped on, but you can pull it up out of that and pull it out of that gasket, and this gasket's gonna hold on the new one, I'm sure. You can also look in here and just see if there's any debris inside of this little pump. It kind of looks like a small turbo. It's probably about the size turbo I got in my truck. Y'all have to love Amazon. You see, this part OEM, you know, from Whirlpool was about $100. Amazon, I think I paid $35. Let's open this guy up and make sure that we have the exact same pump as the one we took out. And here's the new pump. It's very much like the old one. The old one here, and you can tell they match up perfectly. So we got the right part. That's half the battle here in this case. Let's go ahead and get this installed on the dishwasher. And obviously it's gonna go in just this way, but this is all dry right here on this gasket. So a little bit of soap right here, rub it around, and you take that soap and just go ahead and rub it nice and on there, and rub it on this guy as well, just kind of lubricating the area. And then hopefully she slides in pretty easy. Clamp side of this little bracket's on top, so we can lock that with our channel locks. We should have put a little bit of spit on that guy too. Everything in line where it needs to be. So all we got to do now is crimp down on this little hose ring right here. You should get a crimp tool, but you can do it with some pliers. Just get in there and give it a good grip. Now the blue cables, we need to route those back, and should clip right into here. And I think this part is called the wash pump. Now it's reassembles time. New part in, got to put it all back together. See if we got any leaks. All right, let's go ahead and roll this over and get it back sitting upright. We have some things we need to reconnect first. Pulling back a little extra Romex just so we got a little more play. Fold our cables over. I'm gonna put the water on it right over here before we put everything back together. We're gonna test it, make sure we work. All right, we'll put all that back on here in a second. Let's open this guy up. Again, y'all can tell this the guy here. Let's start giving it some water. Right here's our breaker we flipped off. Flipped it back on. Oh yeah, we got a little bit of something going on here. Normal wash. Press start, I think. All right, we'll just press it a bunch of times. Ooh, getting cut up. Like it's working just fine. When we had previously turned it on, you wouldn't even get it to start running or pumping. It would just fill up the bottom with water. So if your dishwasher is just filling up at the bottom with water and then never actually rinsing or running, then it's that pump that we just replaced. Squirt water everywhere. Oh yeah, it's running good. I see no leaks down there. There used to be a little bit of a leak. Every now and again, it was almost random. Bottom side looks good. Let's close it up. Tighten that guy up. Do a quarter turn. That locks them into place. And there we have it, fellas. Our dishwasher is now working just by changing a simple part like this pump. $35 to change it instead of buying a whole new dishwasher. So pretty much save about $400 or $500. I hope you learned something during this video. And if not, hopefully it just inspired you to fix your own stuff at home and stop paying these ridiculous prices for new appliances when you don't need to buy new ones. Thanks for watching, and make sure to follow the Traffic Light Doctor YouTube channel for more videos Kind of just like this one, more about the traffic lights than this one, but make sure to subscribe.